Hey guys, how are you? Happy Tuesday. Welcome into another episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Peralt. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt. And this podcast is being brought to you by friends at DraftKings. Okay, so here's what's happening today. I am going to the Players Era Tournament here in Vegas. The Creighton Blue Jays play San Diego State. And later, the Houston Cougars play the Alabama Crimson Tide in one of the best games. The other game in Vegas, I probably can't get over to it. I got people in town. My girlfriend's in town. Her mom's here. Probably not going to happen for me to get over to a basketball game to watch Duke and Kansas play, but there are some really good basketball games here in Vegas today that I'm going to try to sneak away. I'm going to Creighton, though. I'm going to that game because that game is an early 11 a.m. Pacific time tip-off, 2 p.m. Eastern time tip. So I am going to that game. But other games, I don't know. But I got 3 bets in college basketball. How we did yesterday, I don't know. NFL stayed hot. We've hit 5 consecutive bets in the NFL. The Ravens come in, they win. Auburn win, they won, but they won by 2. They were down by 18. They rallied all the way back to win the game, but they didn't cover the 3.5. That stunk. Carolina's playing right now, so I don't know how that game is going, but we'll see how that goes. If that game goes over, we go 2-1 on the day. If not, it's 1-2, and we're down for the day. I don't know yet. So 3 bets coming at you in college basketball today. You may not like the handicap. Handicap might be a little bit weak for these games, but I'll explain here in just 1 second before we give you the plays. Oh, sorry. Let's recap the pick 6. Joshua Palmer, over. Yes. Ladd McConkey, under. No, he went over. Game flow killed that. J.K. Dobbins got hurt. That went under easily. But man, that was a bummer. Here's something that somebody told me, and I think someone said it on the chat as well. Someone said it on the comment section as well. I can't play the DraftKings Pick 6 in Nevada, okay? So when I give you plays, I'm going on the app, but I can't sign into my account. I'm not allowed to play it. So someone said you can't do a correlated parlay. I mean, you can't do 3 plays from one team. It let me on the app. Now, it didn't let me buy it, but it let me load it. And normally when an app, a betting app or this, whatever you want to call this type of app, Pick 6 is a parlay app, it will say you can't do it. It didn't say I couldn't do it, but somebody said I can't do it. So tell me, either DM me or on the Discord channel, somebody tell me if you tried to play that last night, did it let you do 3 players from one team on the DraftKings Pick 6? I hope it did. Because if not, I'm learning, and I apologize. It missed anyway, so you didn't lose any money. You didn't miss out on winning anything. We got 2 out of 3 right, not 3 out of 3 like we did the previous week. But it didn't tell me I couldn't do it when I put those onto the app. So hopefully it was able to be done. If not, I apologize. I'll learn and not do that again for next week, for next Monday night, for the DraftKings Pick 6 app. Speaking of DraftKings and the Pick 6, you guys have a chance to get $5 in, $50 back in credits, and all customers get a 50% winning boost for this coming week, week 13 of the NFL. This is good for 1 new Pick 6 customer per $5 pick set. You will receive $50 issued in Pick 6 credits that are non-withdrawable, single use, no catch value, and are used prior to any cash or DK dollars, and it will expire in 30 days. They'll also boost you. 1 per customer. You must opt in. NFL only. If you pick an eligible set of NFL plays after opting in, opt-in wins, you will earn a 50% boost on your winnings. The reward calculated on gross winnings and issued in cash. Max entry fee and reward varies. This will end on the 2nd of December at 8:15 Eastern Time. For terms, go to pick6.draftkings.com/promos. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org in Connecticut. 18 plus in most eligible jurisdictions, but other age and eligibility restrictions may vary. Valid only in jurisdictions where DraftKings Pick 6 operates. Pick 6 not available everywhere, including but not limited to New York and California and Ontario. Void where prohibited. You guys will go to the boost to opt in for this. If you want more information, go to pick6.draftkings.com/promos. Okay, so I'm going to San Diego State in Creighton. Here's the thing. The Jays have played 2 times in Las Vegas the last 2 years. I've yet to see them win They've lost both games with me in person, me present in Las Vegas. So I'm not betting on them. I'm also not betting on them because, well, San Diego State plays a lot like Nebraska did. Physical. The Jays aren't physical. And now they're going to play without their starting point guard and one of their leading scorers. So they're down a huge piece in this game who got hurt in the game against Nebraska. They're favored. The Jays are favored by 3.5. I don't understand why. San Diego State lost to Gonzaga at home. We were on San Diego State. Remember that? We took them plus 11. They lost by 13. But they were right there against Gonzaga, who might be the best team in the country, or at least top 5. The Creighton Blue Jays are not a top 5 team in the country, and they're going to be playing without Stephen Ashworth, who's out for, indefinite. His ankle injury is significant. It's severe. So they're going to need Pop Isaacs. They're going to need a lot of players to step up here and play above their head. According to KenPom, this is a 3-point win for the Jays. But with me there, Ashworth not playing, and the physicality of San Diego State, I can't do it. Give me the dog, plus 3.5. I'll take the Aztecs plus the points here in Las Vegas, 2 o'clock Eastern time, 11 a.m. morning game here in Vegas. Greg McDermott, the head coach, it was his birthday yesterday. They're playing here in Vegas. They play Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Saturday. They stay over for the Thanksgiving holiday here. So I don't know. It's going to be an interesting week for the Creighton Blue Jays, to say the least, here when it comes to this trip. Comes at a kind of a bad time given the injury to Ashworth. But look, I'm all in on the Jays. Everyone knows this. But for this game, I hope I'm wrong. Okay? Emotional hedge if you want, but I think there's a real good reason why I take San Diego State here. More than just me being present for the game, but that's a pretty good reason that I'm going to be there. That the Aztecs probably do win the game outright, but I'll take the 3.5 points. San Diego State plus 3.5 for 1.1 units. Now, there are some really good games. Kansas, Duke, Houston, and Alabama. Let's stay in the Players Era NIL tournament with Houston and Alabama. This game's going to be outstanding. Is Houston going to lose to both Auburn and Alabama in the same year? I have a hard time seeing it. They've played one good team, Houston has. That was Auburn. They lost by 5. They were 5.5-point favorites. We were on Houston in that game, and we lost. Alabama played Purdue on the road. They lost by 9. They then came back in Birmingham, and they beat up on Illinois. They won by 13 points. They scored a ton. Away from home, Bama is 1-1. Houston is 0-1 away from home. This number now is 3.5. I think this is a chance for Houston to get right. I love Alabama's potential in March, but right now I think this is too much. I think the defense will be too much. If you want to bet Houston in the first half, I love that play, but nobody has that number up right now. So Houston -1, -1.5 in the first half is probably a better play than the game, but no one's got it, so I can't jump on it. Houston's defense is second in efficiency, in adjusted efficiency. Bama's offense is third. Effective field goal percentage, 24th for Houston. Alabama is 43rd. Third in turnovers, they're 37th. Three-point shooting, Alabama has not been good so far this year. They're 247th. Defensively, Houston, you don't hit threes on these guys. They're 37th in three-point defense, 51st in two-point defense. On the offensive glass, we know what Houston does. They are in the top 30 for offensive rebound percentage. Put the ball on the rim and they go get it. They are 6th in offensive efficiency. They are 48th in effective field goal percentage. It's way better than Bama is defensively. 49th in efficiency defensively, and 63rd in effective field goal percentage. Look, I don't see Houston losing to Auburn and Alabama in the same year. I'm going with Houston. Lay the 3.5 points. Houston -3.5 for 1.1 units. And finally, arguably the game of the day, Kansas and Duke. Look, I have been wrong on Duke. I just can't get Duke right, okay? I took Kentucky against Duke, and Duke won. I took Arizona against Duke, and Duke won. What am I doing? I'm taking Kansas. Third time's the charm, okay? If I lose this bet, I will not bet against Duke for the rest of the year. Okay. For the rest of the year, I will not bet against Duke. But Kansas catching 3.5 points is too tasty for me not to take this, just because I think Kansas is going to have a really big advantage here in the post. And I can't wait to see how Kansas approaches the athleticism of Cooper Flagg. This is a 4-point loss, according to KenPom. Duke 75-71. Kansas is catching 3.5 points. Bill Self, a chance to really have a good game plan here, a chance to use some of the size that he'll have down low with Hunter Dickinson. He has to be great in this game. He must be phenomenal. But Knuble was just psychotic shooting in their last game against Arizona. If he shoots like that again, big problems, like big problems for Kansas. But Kansas needs Mayo to play big. Kansas needs their guards to step up. They need KJ Adams to get after the offensive glass here. Duke is number 1 in adjusted efficiency defensively in the country. That's somewhat of a surprise. They're 7th in effective field goal percentage, which is somewhat of a surprise. 19th in 3-point percentage. 15th in 2-point percentage. If that holds here, if Duke plays defense like that, they'll win. Okay, they'll beat Kansas. Offensively, Duke is 15th in offensive efficiency, 54th in effective field goal percentage, 61st in 3-point percentage, and 82nd in 2-point percentage. KU's better in every metric. 14th in defensive efficiency, 41st in effective field goal percentage, 38th in 3-point defense, and 70th in 2-point defense. KU will need to win this game on the defensive end. Their offense will be there, but their defense needs to be there because KU's offense is 13th in efficiency and 30th in effective field goal percentage. They haven't hit their threes, but they're 22nd in 2-point percentage. Get the ball to Dickinson, get their bigs in foul trouble, and then go ahead and go after it. This game's at T-Mobile Arena. I'm going to say that Kansas will have a little more fans than Duke, but who knows? Who knows? Huge game. 9 p.m. Eastern time on ESPN. Awesome game. I'll take the points in a big basketball game like this. Give me KU plus 3.5. You may get a better number than me, but I'll take KU. All right. So for the plays today, we're going with San Diego State early in the day at 2 p.m. against the Creighton Blue Jays at plus 3.5. Then Houston up against Alabama. We're going to lay the 3.5 with Houston here in Vegas and stick it in Vegas. Kansas and Duke plus 3.5. I'm going to take KU up against Duke. I can't get Duke right. Bet Duke. Go ahead and bet Duke, and you'll probably be right because I can't get Duke right. I'm taking KU plus 3.5, but Duke probably wins and runs away with it given how I've played with Duke. So 3 college basketball plays, all games here in Las Vegas on a Tuesday. My name is Matt Peralt. Follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt every morning. The Daily Juice Podcast, presented by DraftKings.